Welcome to our first practical class in Power BI. We are going to work with data concerning sales of logistic company. There are columns with services types, salesperson's names, and volume of sales. The aim is focusing on the visualization detail, not on complicated data structures. Click on Import data from Excel, then mark the sheet with sales data and download it. Wait until you see our data fields on the right panel. We need a simple diagram showing sales per manager. We can select it here. The histogram is automatically created. If you click on Manager first and Sales last, you will be plotting a simple table. Power BI generates a simple list if it doesn't locate any numerical data. In this case, we click on Visualization panel and change a table to a stacked column chart or clustered column chart. Our data set has one category, so these tools look the same. Let us use a stacked column chart. We should stretch it to make labels on axis X horizontal and customize some basic format specifics. Open Format. Turn on Data Labels, turn off Axis Titles, as well as Y-axis. In the previous version of Power BI, there was no need to turn off them manually, and I hope to see this option again. So, there are data labels, X-axis date, and 9 columns. Although the chart looks good at the page scale, it should still cover a quarter of the space by classic page-making rules. If we leave it as it is, we will see that data labels on axis X are not horizontal. That's why it's better to select the bar chart. It's here on the panel with visualization tools. There are some design disadvantages, however. Let us work on those. Firstly, increase the text size on axis Y to 12 and see a yellow triangle appears. This indicates the impossibility to further increase the text size. If you make a chart area smaller, the text will become automatically smaller. Also, set the data label size to 12 too. Change display units to millions and set decimal places to 0. When we change the chart size, all the labels move outside or inside the bars in the chart. Some students ask me why. This happens due to auto-formatting. We can also change the position from auto to inside end or outside end. We have considered some details concerning data labels, fonts, as well as advantages of bar chart and column chart. Now, what visualization should we use for another indication of our dataset? Click on Service, that will create a table. We can now create a column chart. It's acceptable but not informative enough. As you can see, the names of different services are too long, and the labels on axis Y are small and displaced. This format requires a lot of space. Let's turn it to the bar chart, change its shape like this, and go to the settings for axis Y. The parameters here include minimum category width, minimum size, and inner padding. Minimum category width is the width of horizontal columns. When you set it to 30, you can see a scroll bar. Minimum size allows us to change the space for labels on axis Y. Let us set it to 50%, because the titles for our categories are long. The inner padding remains at 20. It will look too heavy if we increase it too much. After that, we need to change the settings for data labels as we did in the previous chart. To do this, we can use Format Painter and copy the format from the first chart. One way or another, we have to reduce the text size to 11 and go back to settings for axis Y to bring the inner padding to 30% and maximum size 50%. The last 8 values are almost equal, amounting to about 1 million. We can hide them to focus on the top values. This also saves space. As a result, we have discussed the basic of working with column and bar chart. Key features refer to axis Y. You can try different values of maximum size and inner padding on your own. The final result of our exercise stays varied. Let us change this visual tool back to a column chart. Stretch it to make the date label horizontal and fix the final shape. Now it looks good. Thank you for your attention and see you next lesson.